Life is fun. Life is meant to be lived, and there's, I'm not one to hide. I've never hidden this whole experience of what's happened to me, and now I'm showing it all. And that's just who I am. I'm tough. I'm a cougar.
2 daughters, a husband, 1 million friends, a mother and a wife, 12 long years of doubt and fear, 5 times under the knife. Thoughts and prayers from those who care, friends and admirers everywhere, and she's still here.
I had one tumor that we have had treated over and over again. Well, I've tried everything, and it grew a few new ones. Came out of that one. The face, this part isn't moving like it should. I can't feel my tongue. My eye isn't closing right. And so it's given me a great empathy for people who deal with this sort of thing or who look different.
Labs and MRIs and consultations, appointments, scans, medications, surgery and chemo and radiation. Through it all, the black thing grows, and on and on and on it goes, but she's still here.
It's kind of unsettling for people who haven't seen me for a while. It's unsettling for me. I don't even like looking in a mirror, but I'm still Kathy, I'm still me. My face is different, but it's me, and I'm fine.
5 tumors fighting for space, pushing against a brain. 5 reasons to stay in bed, to buckle under strain. 3 reasons to get back up, to face another day. And so she pushes on. There is no other way. She's still here.
That's not to say that I don't want to stay under the covers some days, but it's really boring under there. And I can't stay there because there's too much to do. There's too much of life to live.
Week turns to month, month turns to year. The wit, the edge, the joy, still here. The knowing look, the strength, the drive, the love of life, all still alive. Guts and verve, strength and nerve, can't comprehend defeat. Face the world, live life, love life, be a mom, repeat.
Luckily for me, another thing I'm so thankful for is they've been so patient here and have kept me at Como and have stood by me and have continued to let me do what I want to do, even though I look like this. My mouth isn't working right. It wouldn't be fair for the viewer to try to understand the news every day. It's something I miss greatly, though. I really miss being in my anchor chair.
A dignified battle in a nasty war, a test of metal down at the core. Plants her feet, makes a stand, goes to any length. Even the cold black thing in her head must shiver at the strength, and she's still here.
I don't take anything for granted. Last night I watched the moon set, and this morning I saw the mountains with snow and clear, and I don't ever take that for granted. One moment.
There is no budget surplus.
Thinks about beauty and that which is lost, measures the changes, adds up the cost, gets on with life, forgets for a while, mourns the loss of a perfect smile.
That is the most frustrating thing for me out of all of this that's going on with my face. It's the inability to smile. I want to say, I'm smiling. And you can still smile with your eyes and with your body, but no, I miss my smile most of all. I mean, my face has been who I am. And this has caused me to really say, is your face who you are? Not really.
Won't give an inch, won't be dragged down, loves this place, owns this town. Still standing, still loving, still talented, still clever, still Como's Kathy Gertson, more beautiful than ever. She's still here.
I refuse to let this brain tumor define who I am. I'm still me. I'm not an illness. I'm not sick. It's not easy to keep going, but you can and you must.
In the middle of the night, in a Ballard warehouse with a funky ride standing sentry, the midnight oil burns, and so does the childlike passion of a peculiar Seattle institution.
I didn't know what I was doing. I just started doing it, and it makes me happy.
There's an air of curiosity and lunacy, like Willy Wonka's laboratory.
It's so fun to paint big.
It's where imagination and whimsy and sweat come together to form an innocent vision of what the world could be like.
So I did like a few free ones, and then it just kind of took off. Like people found out what I was doing, and
you've seen his work, it's everywhere. Maybe your eyes have grown a bit jaded and you don't notice anymore.
I see one right there.
But your children do.
Oh, there's one. It's a raccoon, and then there's all these elephants.
You see the speed limit, they see a pink camel. You say, how could a walrus ride a bicycle? They say, cool. There is magic everywhere if you know where to look. You just need to look for Henry's, because they're always looking for you.
I might have like kind of a rough idea in my head, like I want to do walruses on this wall, or I want to put like a quadrupus or a bird or something, but like a quadrupus, four-legged octopus. It's one of my main characters.
His name is actually Ryan Henry Ward. Once you start noticing the Henrys, they're kind of everywhere, right?
There's a lot of them out there.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
They are everywhere, 120 of them around town. Bird's eye views of bulgy, buggy bird's eyes, Viking lions, banjo-playing raccoons, wide-eyed white unicorns.
My mind is just always thinking in like colorful cartoons, and kind of always has.
Mono-toothed monsters, droopy-eyed cougars, blue elephants and polka dots, strange little girls, precariously placed goats, underwater divers or space aliens or whatever you want them to be.
I kind of think of it like from like a 5-year-old's perspective. Like if I was a 5-year-old, what would like the coolest thing in my neighborhood be?
They've become a thing, these loony landmarks. The whole city has become his canvas, and inch by inch a very serious world has been infused with a dose of dippy and delirious silliness, fanciful, farcical forays into the fantastic.
Welcome to Henryville.
The artist has found his place.
Spent years trying to figure out how to do that, and then saying, I don't care, I'm just going to do my own thing, and then my own thing just happens to do that thing that, you know.
He lives in a bus because he wants to, has a degree in children's literature, hangs his work in galleries and puts on shows.
I'm excited for people to see this, too.
Yeah, for sure.
And he drives around in his Henrymobile, a car that could only be his. People ask him to paint their pets on backyard fences, and Henry obliges.
3 chickens, 2 goats. How many dogs?
When he's transforming a wall into a flight of fancy, like the one in Como 4's parking garage, you wonder who are these characters? But only Henry knows for sure.
Realizing that, you know, what you're doing is affecting people in a positive way. That's like all I've ever wanted out of life, you know?
And when he's done, he pauses at last to admire his work.
Cool.
Ha-ha! Rolls up his tarp and packs up his bag. The rest of us are left to ask who's who and what's what and what's it all mean as he rolls away in his Henrymobile, leaving a world of Dr. Seussian wonder and whimsy in his wake. Eric Johnson, Como 4 News. For more than a year on a converted farm just outside of Cle Elum, the warmth of the sun fueled a labor of love.
But then we go back, and once it's tied in, then people go out and clip these in.
Week after week, volunteers built an electric fence and then another. It would be, they hoped, containment, but for the sake of freedom. And watching it all from a distance was Jamie, the leader of the bunch, who has a thing for cowboy boots. Burrito, the only male and the youngest. Foxy, who is obsessed with troll dolls of all things, and the rest.
It's incredible to watch their lives become better because we're helping.
And so this would be a big day for Chimpanzee Sanctuary Northwest, for J.B. Mulcahy.
And once you meet a chimp, get to know an individual, I mean, that for me changed everything.
And his wife, Diana Goodrich.
They've been able to watch us construct it, and they completely know it's for them now.
But also for Jody, who loves blankets, and for Negra, the oldest of the group, who spent more than 30 years in a cage the size of a bathroom. Before coming here, all of them were used for research in laboratories, used over and over again for hepatitis vaccine testing. These photos were taken before they were retired from the guinea pig business.
Some of them have never been outdoors, as far as we know. So to give them 2 acres of relative freedom, to let them enjoy the sun overhead with no bars in the way, the grass underneath their feet, it's going to be life-changing for them.
The details were a chimpanzee's dream come true. A giant hammock made by a Boy Scout troop, an imitation termite mound, and bamboo to eat.
Play toys, is that what these are?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a big playground for chimps.
3 of the 7 chimps were captured at a very young age in the wild, but as far as anyone can tell, none of the other 4 have been in an open space in their lives, ever. That's about to change.
The locks were checked and then rechecked.
You're excited about this,
I'm
aren't
so
you?
excited, yeah. Yeah, I can hardly stand it.
So just a reminder to everybody, if there's any kind of confusion or emergency, your main goal is just to get to a car, roll up the windows, lock the doors, stay safe. Okay, we're all clear? Okay, watch your fingers, okay? Missy, Jamie.
Negra was calmly eating lettuce. Missy and Foxy took off to get a look around. And then Burrito stood up and strutted like a matador and followed it up with an amazing little chimpanzee dance. Within moments, there was Burrito again, grabbing Negra, and then a great big hug for Annie.
Oh, no. That's a reassurance.
Meanwhile, Jody had retreated back into the old cage, frightened.
Joe, you gotta get yourself out there.
All in all, it was everything any of them had hoped for. 5 minutes in, though, there came the moment they had all dreaded. Negra sounded the alarm, and all of them came charging back in, howling and scared.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was all short-lived, and they were out again before long, but Negra was a slow learner.
Neg, 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 don't touch the fence. Don't touch the fence. Don't touch it. Neg, 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 no!
Negra eventually learned to stay away from the fence, and the rest was perfect. So it went for the entire afternoon, chimps at play in a place of their own.
I just can't believe they're all comfortable walking out there.
I'm really emotional. Yeah. It's just weird to see them out there. We're just so used to seeing them behind steel bars, which isn't natural.
Who knows what evolutionary echoes were aroused in their memories by the sun on their backs and the ground underfoot. But it's probably safe to say that for 7 creatures, this was the finest day of their lives. And it wasn't half bad for a couple of proud human beings either.
Was this a good day, a memorable day?
This is an amazing day.
Yep, we'll remember this morning forever, probably.
Yeah.